in all of this, we have word and sign. This is how God does things, word and sacrament. Why does God give signs? Well, because we're sinners and we're weak, right? Because language isn't good enough. Because we just can't understand the word. If we really hadn't sinned, God would never have given us any sacramental signs, because we wouldn't need them. That's what Abraham Kuyper says. That's good Calvinistic thought. Good Calvinistic rationalism. All over. So, what does it say in the Gospels? It's right there. A great king gave a great lecture series to honor his son, and he invited people to the lecture series. Right? Isn't that what it says? All right. So we don't really need these sacraments, but as a concession to our weakness, God gives us these signs as reminders. After all, Jesus said, do this in memory of me. In case you've forgotten, do this. The sermon is not good enough to remind you. You need this other reminder. No, that's not true at all, but it's tripped us up. That 18th century rationalism, actually Renaissance rationalism, has tripped us up long enough. Man is created by a three-in-one God. Man is created to respond to two or three witnesses. That's what you're made. Man, word, and sign are Father, Son, and Spirit. They go together. A miraculous sign is not a concession to our weakness. It's the fact that God is Trinitarian, and the Father sends the Son and the Spirit. He sends word and sign. He puts us in a garden, and He tells us things, and there are two sacramental trees in there that are convey death and life. Got the tree of life and the tree of death. Good things. Death is good. You can't have resurrection without death. You can't have a new day without an evening in front of it. You can't have a main squeeze, Adam looks at all the animals and says, where's my squeeze? And God says, stand still, this won't hurt a bit. And He makes the woman. No, He puts them into death sleep. And then He tears them in half and builds, that's the word, build, and this is going to be important for building the tabernacle. This is the word. He builds the woman, He builds the tabernacle, which is the bride symbol. He builds her, and then He wakes up, and they are reunited. Now the two become one flesh. So now they're one again, but it's a different kind of oneness. It's marital union. All right? So you remember all this. You can't have your wife without death, all right? So your wedding day of death, man. We'll take you out the night before and grieve with you. Death is necessary for glorification. And so we have a tree of death and a tree of life. And there's a right order to them. Now, these are signs that God gives. It wouldn't be enough for God just to talk to Adam and Eve. It's not enough. And it weakens the church if we don't have the sign that God gave.